Hello. All right, let's just dive right in. Okay, so we're doing a rational inequality, and there is a little difference from the other inequalities that we've seen, and we'll get into it. So I am going to show three alternatives in the solving. We are going to use the sign chart, just like before. We're going to graph it. Those go together. And then I'm going to show you a different technique that doesn't involve that. All right, so in order to do the sign chart and graph it, you have to have it set equal to 0, and you have to have a single rational expression equal to 0. If you don't remember how to do that, we did that in Unit 1, the solving rational equations, and the partial fraction decomposition. Both would be helpful to review. So set equal to 0, common denominator, clean up the numerator. We're not canceling the denominator. So this is very similar to the original solving in Unit 1. The new thing for the inequality is you also have a critical value where you divide by 0. So you have to pay attention to that as well. And like other examples, there could be more than a single factor, numerator, denominator, so like that. All right, number line, set it up. The other part that's new is because we have a critical value from the denominator, that will always have parentheses, but the critical value that's the solution will occasionally have a square bracket. This is the only inequality that we deal with in this class where those two could be together. So however you want to make a note to help you remember, you can see what I did on my number line. Just remember it and do it correctly. All righty. That answer is what you graph. And you graph it exactly the way that I will show you in lesson 6. So by the time you're done with this unit, you will know how to do that graph. So I'm not going to talk about it right now. Okay, let's focus on the sign chart. So we got the three intervals. We've got the notation about which is going to be equals or not equals depending on the inequality. And like other examples, I'm doing all 4 of them. We've got the factors. You can see I've got that leading coefficient. You can keep it with the factor in the numerator or list it separately like I did. But because it's negative, it's going to change things. So you have to pay attention to it somewhere. All righty, and boom, done. So of course the -2 is always negative. The +1 is negative when it's less than, and then positive, just like all the other sign charts that we've done. And our answers, based on that, again, remember you can get all 4 of the answers from the single sign chart. When it's equal, when the inequality has that equal bar, remember the solution critical value gets the square bracket, but the divide by critical value always has parentheses. So, and there again, square bracket on that one. Let's take a look at a different way to solve it, where we're just going to compare the left side to the right side. We're not comparing things to positive or negative with a 0. So still have to solve it, but I'm going to keep the 3 on the right side. And so I just cross multiply to eliminate the denominator first. So this is kind of similar to what we did with the partial fraction decomposition, and not so similar to the solving rational equations. Some students did this for the solving part, which was fine. Make sure you understand you still have to remember the denominator. So we still have the same 2 critical values. This is when there's always a different way of doing it. That's a good double checking, just FYI. All righty, so number line, but remember we're not doing positive negative. We're going left side compared to the right side. So in our chart, you need specific test values. And just plug it in, and well, I'm just comparing less than, but you can get all 4 answers from one chart. So plug it in the left side. Is it less than the right side? Yes or no? Write the answers just like before. So we're looking at less than here, so we're looking at the yeses. This one has the equals bar, Make sure you know how to deal with it. Greater than will be the nose. And likewise for the equals bar, the square brackets there.